How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Injury Time sub channel. My name is Brian, and I talk about football. I talk about Arsenal. I talk about Glasgow Celtic and anything else that's going on. But today we're going to be talking about Mikel Arteta's rule change within Arsenal. This was announced just last night on Thursday evening. We are now in the Friday. We are just over 24 hours to the start of the Premier League season. Um, and he has just been changed. Vinay and Edu announced it last night in an interview that he will be changed from a first team head coach to the manager, the official manager's role, which hasn't been in Arsenal since Arsene Wenger. Unai Emery came in as a head coach, and that was a big change. I think around the club, everyone could notice the difference. There maybe wasn't as much control in the club, but now it's been fairly changed around. Arteta is now the manager, and my personal thoughts is I'm quite happy with that. I think it shows a great trust they have in the manager. He will form this team now. It will be kind of a three-man team. I know there's a lot of people behind the scenes, but now there's going to be three spearheads in the Arsenal recruitment, in the staffing, and things like that. It also gives Mikel a bit more running in the club, a bit more control. I think when you're a head coach, you are probably more, what do you say, a pawn to the board. You'll have to play a certain way, and we're gonna give you players, like, you're gonna maybe have your influence. But now, as a manager, I think you have more control. I mean, you've seen Arsene Wenger. If he wanted a player, like, he went and got them. Especially that French market back when he was on top of the Premier League. Um, it'll just give him more control in transfers. I think, in terms of being a manager, you manage your team. As a head coach, you're coaching the team. So while there are similarities, there are big differences in being a head coach and being a manager. Um, he's not going to be left in the dark as much, I believe, if you're a manager. And judging by everything that has been said, which we'll get to, um, Arteta's going to have more of a say in the runnings of the club, either behind the scenes or maybe up top. Um, it seems like Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke are happy to have Arteta run the footballing side, and Eddie and Vinay can run the boardroom and everything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in terms of transfers. As I said, more control. You have now a direct say in who you want. If you want someone, you can go and get them. And I believe the stability of the club will change from now. When you're a head coach, you maybe miss out on some things that are going on boardroom wise, but as a manager, you're going to have to be kept informed of what's going on, and you can, you know where the club is going. Like, if Arsene Wenger, him and Ivan Gazidis, formed that team for quite some time, and steered the ship during a pretty tumultuous time in the club. Having to sell all our best players, but they got it done. But I think that had to be down to the footballing mind of Arsene Wenger and the willingness of the board to give him that freedom and that trust. I think Arsene Wenger was very trusted in his role, whereas Arteta, he's only been in the job 9 months, and Vinay said that this was the toughest 9 months in the club's 134-year history, and that's a big, big say. That's a big opinion to have, and I believe he's right. He said, if you need to back me up, go and ask Ken Fryer, and we can all trust Ken Fryer. 70 years of service at the club. I think it's a good person to trust. So, and the fact that he's guided Arteta and Edu and Vinay have now guided us through this time, that's a fantastic achievement if that is to be true. I mean, financially, the club is not going the best. We earn a lot of money off match day sales, and when that's not there, we're missing out in a big market. We had to let a lot of staff go, which they said it was sad, but it has to be done. In order for the club to stay on top and to survive, I think everybody knows that things need to happen, and we need to be ruthless. Football teams need to be ruthless, and I think we were ruthless with the 55 sackings. Whether I didn't agree with it at the time, and when things come out, it's really really sad to hear, but sometimes that has to happen. And hopefully it works out for the better. If it doesn't work out for the better, we could be definitely looking at a problem within the club. Just going to get on to some of the things that were said. When Edu came out and said, technical recommendations, or sorry, Vinay came out and said technical recommendations will be left to Edu and Mikel, who we buy, who we sell, and who we loan. That there tells me that Mikel Arteta and Edu are going to form a team to bring this club forward. In the past, with transfers, with Raul Sanyahi that was at the helm for a while, we were very based on agent based deals. And we've seen that quite a bit when he came in. It might have been just from what he knew when he was at Barcelona. But now, since the sacking of a lot of recruitment staff, Eddie said that he wants to use more from StatDNA, which is an analytic company that Arsenal bought in 2014, and he wants to make use of that. And he outright said that Vinay came out and said that they don't care who the agent is, they only care about the player, and they'll only talk to the agent when they talk to the player, which is a great thing to have. It's great that we're not gonna, dilly dally around agents. If the agent doesn't want it, then we don't want it. That can't happen anymore. We just need to go for a player. We need to talk to the club, get the player, pay the money. At the moment, money's tough. Vinay said that we don't need to sell to buy, but I do believe we need to sell to buy. If this is the hardest time in if this was the hardest 9 months in the club's 134-year history, I think we need to sell. I think we need to make funds. I think we have a big squad of average players that need to go, and we need to bring in top quality players in order to compete. I think to make Arteta manager means that they want to go big. Lauren came out and said Arsenal should be aiming to win, to win the Premier League, and I believe that's what we should be doing. We haven't been anywhere near the title for 16 years. 2007, 08, 15 or 15, 16 with Leicester. This problem that we have falling off, I hope that we can, try and get away from this. It's Arsenal, they're going to fall off. That can't happen anymore. We need to be ruthless, and we need to start winning football matches, and I think that's what they want. I think Edu came. Edu knew this club from when it was at its best. So now he is spearheading that attempt to bring the club to where it should be. Where we should be is on top of the Premiership. I think that this decision to work in a tightly knit group will work in our favour. I hope it does. We need to, I think adjusting really needs to be done. Vinay and Edu and whoever else behind the scenes obviously trust the process. It's a lot of things that's been said, but they obviously trust it enough to make Arteta the manager and manage the football side of things. So I'm looking forward to what this can bring. I look forward to seeing how in the transfer market over the next couple of weeks until the transfer deadline closes, where we're going to be at. I think we still need a couple of players. I think there's talks, and there's a lot of reports going out all the time, and then we have Aubameyang's contract that needs to be signed as well. So we've quite a long way to go in this next I think it'll be about 25, 26 days of the transfer market. And in terms of selling players, I feel like Lucas Torreira will probably go. Socrates will probably go. A couple of other players that might just go out and loan and things like that. but that's going to be now in the hands of Arteta, Edu, and Benai as well. So overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with the decision. Um, I'm confident as well that this can be a real stepping stone. This is, the marker that they're setting down. He is now our manager. We are the board, us two, and Mikel and a couple of others behind the scene. We are the tight knit group, and we are going to bring this club to success. I hope that's what they're trying to tell us. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of idiots out there trying to come out and say that this is just, a three-man power trip, but that's ridiculous. Um, these guys have been in the club now a couple of years. A lot of things have happened, and there's been a lot of failures. And I think if there's going to be people that are going to take us there, it's going to be these three. Of course, we're about to see Arteta's first full season. We could be completely proved wrong. He could flop, and he could be gone next year. Like, that's just the reality of football nowadays. If he doesn't succeed, he's gone. I mean, we've seen how ruthless this board can be. So where do we go from here? I look forward to seeing it. I'm myself trusting the process, and I feel like the long term future of the club is in great hands under these three. We've seen glimpses of brilliance, and it needs to be more consistent now. We need to start pushing ourselves to win the top trophies. Like next season is going to be very important for winning trophies. Europa League. Try and get a top four finish. We have an FA Cup to retain, so time to see what this club can do under a complete change from what it was when Arsene Wenger left. Since then, Gazidis with Raul, Emery, Freddie Ljungberg, all these guys are trying their luck, but now we've seems like we've find our man, find our men to get the job done. Premier League season kicks off tomorrow. I'll be doing a live watch along for the Fulham game. Hopefully, we can pick up 3 points and get off to a great start. Hopefully, Aubameyang over the next, hopefully today, will sign his deal and they'll announce it. I think that's a great marker to set on the season to have Aubameyang signed just before it starts, just to keep any speculation away, keep his mind on the football game, and I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to seeing what we can do. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will come out with a Premier League predictions for the season. I'll probably record that today as well, just to get it out before the season starts. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.